Good morning, team. Welcome back. Good morning, guys. Maciej, Patrick, welcome. How
Good
you guys?
morning.
Hope you guys had a good pre-market session if you did trade. And then today we're going to go over especially the events from yesterday, especially looking at NVIDIA. But before we do that, just a reminder, guys, I pasted the link here in the comments. On March 9th at 12 p.m., we're going to have a big event. It's a new product launch for our new 2.0 Queen, and it's going to change the way of trading. So stay tuned. Over the next couple of days, we're also going to receive some communication. So if you are interested in learning more about what AI can do for your trading strategy, just use the link that I shared or sign up at mentorq.com/free and you get access to the event. With that said, let me go into our dashboard and let's go and look at NVIDIA first. We were talking live yesterday in the after hours. We were covering the event and we were looking at the price action. And of course, NVIDIA beat its earnings. So what we see here is kind of like the end of day positioning at the close of yesterday. So we are still in a very bullish option and momentum environment. Volatility is still on the high side. Of course, we had earnings yesterday. So typically you see a volatility spikes before earnings. And then, of course, we want to see how, if there is a vol crash after. So today or the next couple of days, we want to see like what's going to happen to volatility, especially if you are an option trader, option seller, and so on. When we look at our net gamma exposure chart, we have this big level at 200. We kind of broke it yesterday, but we dropped way below. So we're going to go into the chart in a second. And then, of course, we were looking at our swing model. The lower band was at around 175, I believe, or 179. We can go over in the chart. Moved up to 182, and now our new risk trigger is 208, right? Again, this is the success rate of the model. So over the past 120 days, how did the model perform? Did the price close above the lower band 5 days in the future? And did it close below the risk trigger? So you can see that the lower band has a very high success rate, but also the risk trigger has a very high success rate. So how can you use that data? Like, what about if you are directional and you get to this 208.7? You know that there is a good chance that the price could close below the risk trigger, right? So you can use that as your target. You could use that as your entry point. And then if we break through it, that could also be a good volatility level for a breakthrough. When we look at the matrix, this Friday, there's going to be a lot of gamma expiring, about 33% of gamma. So watch out for this Friday expiration. The expected move for this expiration is about 8 points. So we're sitting at around 195. So we're forecasting a move of 8 plus 8 plus minus 8 for the expiration. If we go into the chart, then let's go over and see what happened yesterday. So this was the activity in after hours. We broke through this 200 level right here. We went all the way to the risk trigger from 4 days ago, and we're now sitting below that, right? So strong candle, popped up and then back down, right? And now we're sitting at almost at the close, at the level of the close of yesterday, right? So here what we're seeing in the chart are the swing level. So here we have the latest risk trigger from 5 days ago. This is still valid for today. It's sitting at 200. So this is going to be a very, very important level, because if we overlay that with our gamma levels too, then we're going to see that our core resistance will also be sitting at this 200. So going back to our net gamma exposure chart, you can see that there is a massive wall at that 200 level. So it's a very big cluster of gamma sitting at that 200 level. And then if we go back to the chart, we have our core resistance here, and we also have our risk trigger from our swing levels, right? So that could become very important area to watch for today. Are we going to be able to break it? Let's see what happens. But yeah, that's kind of like a good target area for today. And then of course, if we go above it, then you have our 1-day max sitting at 203. And then of course, just take a look at the other kind of like levels coming from the swing model. Let me know if you have questions or if that makes sense, Maciej, Patrick, and what do you see there?
So what we see on NVIDIA on your chart, as we was talking about yesterday, so we get, of course, first a pump to the upside, and really important, if you put now an Fibonacci into the news candle, economic candle, I highly believe that we at the moment back at the 50% range. So what I mean with this, we are really at the moment in decision area with the market opens, how people will be reacting on this. Because based on this, nothing was changed. If you're looking in the pre-market and aftermarket and where we are now, nothing is really changed at NVIDIA. And for me, it's really interesting at the open, what will be happened. So that's one of my major questions, what I have in my mind. What would be happen with NVIDIA at the open? How they thinking about this? How they feel about this? Will they be dropped this? Only for example, on Goldman Sachs, they was having new target with 250. That's good one. But will the people buy this? This is the question. And again, how important the 200 area is, where we have our risk trigger minus 5 days. We was seeing this yesterday with the earnings. So we was having trouble to holding the 200.
Yeah.
And the GAX4 is really like this, where we're hanging around. If you have the space with the yellow color, this is pre-market. You have the space with the blue color, this is aftermarket, where we have the earnings. And then you have this with the black. There's really the market time from yesterday. And at the end, nothing has changed on NVIDIA. So really interesting how everything will be at the opening. So expect some volatility.
Yeah, and also like always refer back to the bars here. So we have this, I believe this one is the GEX4 bar that we see. So we have our core resistance right here, and we have this bar right here sitting at like 196, 195, and then this is where we are sitting right now. So this is also why it's becoming very, very important. We have this 197.50 GEX4 level, and going back to the chart here, I believe this is this level right here.
Could you show on the dashboard multiple expire for NVIDIA, Fabio?
Sure.
Where we have 4 picture, 27. So everything right now is sitting around 200. So 27 February, 2nd of March, and below what we have on the second picture, also March below, and also sitting everything plus minus 190 to 100. And if we lose exactly what I'm seeing on my chart. So if you could switch to my chart for a minute, to my window. So yesterday we was staying and talking what is going on NVIDIA. So guys, simple Fibonacci right now, what we have, bigger box, 100% near to double top, near to double or triple right now without this little fella here sitting is my 0, 100% to the upside or to the downside. So to the downside is plus minus 125. This is pure price action formula. And then if you take a look a little bit below, there is also a gap. Here we have also a gap. So 132 and 120 plus minus on NVIDIA is still interesting. Also here is a little gap, 97. Is it possible to drop? I don't know, don't ask me, but this is plan B. Plan A with a bigger picture, if this zone hold, so what we can do, usually the same thing. So we are using our Fibonacci and this exactly distance, we grow to the upside, and plus minus what we get, 245 to 55 plus minus, so 250 as a median price to the upside should be our first target. But after losing put support and have a pressure, then plus minus I will be prepared to revisit 125 or a little bit below. But this is my private opinion about this. Still, when we are looking to our charts, what Fabio was showing you, 200, call resistance, gamma wall, call resistance sitting. Later we have a gap above a little 1-day max, and also above 1-day max we have another the same cluster risk trigger from 2 and 1 day ago, sitting around 207.5 as a median price of this box. So what we can prepare for today, 202 first box, 207.5 second box, and looking at play A, what is going on. If we lose also, especially this trend line, then on the bottom, HVL 0 DTE with 1 day main, so very big switch, 0.188 plus minus. Later, 2 times lower band with put support, 180, and bigger gap to 170 plus minus, where sitting put support, and still is gap to field. And this is nearest perspective, and far away, 2 times we have 2 directions to choose. Which will be much more probability, I don't know, but it's good to have plan A and plan B. For me, confirmation for plan A will be having a very good big candle with volume coming to the upside, and the same confirmation with big candle are pressure to the downside, dropping below put support. Any comments, guys?
Not that I see so far. Yeah, let us know, guys, if you want us to touch on more on NVIDIA, if you want to cover something else, let us know.
I'm not seeing any questions, so let's start our gold preparation for today. So 5 minutes to start pit session. Gold right now, what is going on? First of all, let's jump to our CTA models. What big money are doing, let's check, because this is very important. Gold, solid, silver, solid, palladium, a little bit to the upside, adding long position. Copper reduced, aluminum adding to long, so a little bit mixed picture. And also, I'm guessing a lot of people will saying about what is going on with some issues. From my perspective, if everything works, I will be not trying to look for spy theories and other stuff. I will be focusing what is going on the charts. Good risk ratio also should work on your side. So clear mind, good risk ratio, cool idea, and come on, let's go. Also, another step, dollar index from positive perspective dropping. This should help also metals going to the upside. So we have double confirmation. Let's check also how it looks, not on the table but on the picture. Right now, price going to the upper. After accumulation, we are sitting in the neutral ground, still on gold, and waiting for clearest information what they do. Silver, we get an impulse right now, a new building from plus minus neutral era, so it's good. Right now, let's jump exactly and check what kind of active futures right now are trading. So on silver, we have a new contract, K, May 1, on GC, jet contract, April 1. So let's start with gold. Let's check where we are. 15190 plus minus. Those labels are from yesterday. Right now, I'm meaning boxes. So let's clear this. Boom, voila. Swing labels are from yesterday. And end of the day data right now are sitting on our chart. So volatility is still high, good for us. So it will be also giving us very good perspective for moves. And of course, we can see where the clusters are on our charts. Seasonality is negative, but the most important thing what we have in our matrix, GEX positive, DEX also positive, but neutral. Another expiration tomorrow, positive and positive. For today, predicted move plus minus $100. Awesome. And what is interesting, please take a look. Boom, voila. Nothing especially changed if we stay above 5200. So right now we are battling near and oscillating in zone. We are sitting in positive gamma regime. The biggest strike 5400 still sitting above us. The first resistance 52.25 to 75, later little gap, and above 54 we have another strike around 55 and 56. From the nearest perspective, what is going on? Boom, voila. If we stay below, from today perspective, 52.30, where is a battleground right now? We are in negative gamma regime, so here extended moves, and our support is sitting around 5100. Here we have a gap, another support 5175 plus minus, so a little bit below. And we will check what is going on. And tomorrow, boom, voila, such a different picture. Main strike sitting on 5300. Later we have 5250 and 5225, 5200 plus minus. So right now, everything what will be staying using those two pictures together above 52 should get acceleration to the upside. We have positive gamma environment and not only. So let's map together our plan on JET contract, where we are from the bigger picture after big correction, first impulse, correction, accumulation, and boom, new impulse is going on. Above us, of course, first resistance, 2 times blind spot with 1 day max, later similar configuration with call resistance, and above 2 times risk triggers with blind spot. So each time we have 53.10, 15 as a median price, 53.86, and later 54.60 plus minus we can say. If we stay below, probability to dropping of course is rising, and then 1 day mean and HVL as a first main box. And if this box not hold, we are coming down from whole chain perspective to the negative gamma regime. What it means? Extended moves. So then, from my perspective, first target plus minus 2 times lower band with blind spot, and later put support. Yeah, if you remember last time when we have that big kind of drop, also here was put support sitting. I remember this very good. So the plan is easy right now. Let's wait what is going on between core resistance, gamma wall, put support, and HVL0 DTE, because right now this is our first resistance and our first support is sitting below. Right now we are middle of nowhere, so A, B, C, and wait what is going on. Later with good era, good topic, good idea, take your trades right now. Wait for some confirmations and move. Pure gambling. So let's check also what is going on GLD. Do we have something similar? And yes, volatility is high, option score 5, momentum 5, seasonality negative, but in option matrix the same configuration. So for tomorrow, yes, for tomorrow, positive GEX, positive DEX. Monday opens negative, so weekend will be very interesting, and open after that 14 points move on this ETF. So plus minus when we start from 475, plus 15 points to the upside, 490. So around 1 day max and call resistance. If we drop in next 2 days, where we can target our prices to the downside, of course, blind spot 10, 1 day mean HVL, giving us the same distance what we have in our matrix. So voila, 1 day max, 1 day mean, 2 days with expiration, 15 points move predicted. Let's go. And what we have in our open interest chart for GLD, Right now we are sitting on 475 plus minus right here. First resistance 485, and later plus minus each time 5 points per move, $5 strike. We have a bigger expiration, and the biggest was sitting on 510 right now on GLD. So configuration looking at this picture is to the upside. When we jumping also to our volume picture, what is going on GLD, boom, voila, the biggest volume sitting right now around 475, later 485, 495, 510. Everything matched. Right now, let's check how they handle, and later, each time right now we know it that is plus minus 5 to 10 points, with also volume supporting us to have bigger strike, bigger oscillation around those box and levels. So guys, I hope this is very clear how you can handle with this. And whole expiration for GLD, main strike 485. Awesome. We were seeing where is volume, where is open interest, how JAX is looking. So the last one thing, today first expiration, of course, is Friday, 22, near 23% of positive gamma, main strike 475, and later we have gap to 485, 490 plus minus. So if we stay above, we can accelerate very quickly to the upside, and we exactly know where are another strikes working right now as a resistance. Silver K contract. Please one more time check, do you have correct contract, the most traded right now. H contract is not traded right now as a most active. It will be rolled, and silver delivery will be in the next few days, plus minus 30. So right now, where we are sitting on 1 day mean. So Fabio, could you let us know how many times 1 day mean on silver future contracts works? What kind of statistics we have for this?
We don't have yet all the stats, but this is coming in around June, where we're gonna.
Oh, this is why I'm asking you. Could you share maybe?
Yeah, sure. So around June time, we're gonna be rolling out our new back testing tools, right? So we're gonna show you guys the probability of the levels holding, what has happened in a similar regime or volatility metric in the past, and what are the chances that the level can hold. So you guys are gonna be able to basically build a better plan throughout the day, and obviously with statistics and back testing data.
And that will be game changer.
Yeah.
So 1 day predicted move 5%, put call open interest 0.92. It means much more call than puts. What we have else? Volatility neutral, option score and momentum is high, seasonality is negative. So let's check how really. What I mean by that, boom, voila, our matrix chart, 26th of February, today, positive. DEX neutral. So, okay, I will be much more focusing what we have in our table. Right now, new contract, whole chain, looking like this, where we are sitting right now, 87.587. Let's check where we are, plus minus here. Above us 90 first resistance, later 95 zone and 100 below. If we lose this, first support 85, later 80. If this 80 not hold, then another flush 75 and 70 should be stay as a plan B in our mind. And boom, voila, what we have here on 80 plus minus lower bands as a main support for a bigger drop. Right now we are sitting on 1 day mean. Above us, first, of course, switch model. So the place where we have changing condition, 2-time HVLs, 980, 91.5, we can say this box. If we go above, we are coming to positive gamma exposure. So another target as a plan A, of course, main levers from my perspective. So call resistance with gamma wall 0 DTE, if not 1 day max, and later, boom, voila, bigger perspective 100 and a little bit above, and then maybe confirm one more time from bigger perspective after quick correction, call resistance. When we are looking to the first expiration, so for today, 26.94 right now, main resistance, main battle around 90. If we drop, acceleration to the downside can be very quick. Another day, so tomorrow, the last day of the week, main strike, of course, sitting around 90. Later we have a chop zone above 91. If we cross this, then 92.5, 94 should be our next target. I hope that's clear. So the last thing what we can use right now, it will be SLV to check where we are. Do we have the second confirmation to our plan A, B, or C? So let's jump. Volatility, neutral, options scores, high, seasonality, negative, but the same configuration. One more time. Positive GEX, positive DEX. So people put money on positive side, not such a negative like seasonality score is showing us right now. So it's good. Where we are sitting 79, boom, voila, first resistance 80, each time 5 points, so 85 bigger on 90 and the biggest one on 100. From the downside perspective, if we not hold the zone 75 and later bigger support around 70 sitting. So I hope this is very clear for you. You can copy and paste this picture also to your chart. This is also a good tip and trick to have a picture what is going on. Also, right now, a little bit below we are sitting the main strike. So if we cross this, then acceleration to the upside should be done. First expiration today, tomorrow, 11% expiring right now. First resistance 80, first bigger support 75, and later, of course, if we lose it, then around 70, we will be sitting very quickly. Above till 85, we have a lot of positive strikes, so everything should support us. Another expire Monday, 70 and 80. Middle price 75. So be careful. And tomorrow we have also our meeting, so we will prepare ourselves. I hope for a weekend and what is and perspective what is going on. So right now, Dr. Dollar sitting in the box from few days, nothing changed. Last highs, last lows, right now in the middle zone. Volatility for gold, PVZ, provider receivable, more than 2% per day. Kind of
Did he lose Maciej?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, maybe I can switch to you.
Yeah, let's go.
No, actually, Maciej is back.
one more time. Oh my goodness, I need to check what is going on. It's not unusual. So, what was the last point? What I was saying? Please let me know where we finished.
Maybe a minute ago, Maciej, we lost.
Okay, so about SLV, I was saying, and later I was jumping to dollar index. Do you hear about dollar index? So dollar index in the box, last highs 98, last lows 97.3. Right now in the middle, so waiting for some information from Dr. Dollar, what is going on. And right now, before we switch to Patrick, I will jump also and take a look what is going on S&P and Nasdaq from CTA positioning from yesterday. They drop a little bit before NVIDIA earnings shows, also reducing position on Nasdaq. And from the picture perspective, so the same configuration, but with the price. White line shows price, green CTA positioning. Right now we have divergences still sitting in the air. Similar picture on NDX. So Patrick, could you tell us what you can see on the indexes, ETFs, and not only?
Sure. Let's go. Let's jump in.
Let's go. Extra.
Let me see if you let me know if you see my screen.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right. I was bringing back the option chain where we're looking in everything like ES, SPX, SPY, VIX versus NQ, NDX, QQQ, and SQQ. Because I think today it could be really interesting to have everything side by side. Why I'm thinking this? Because if you're looking into SPY, it's all about core resistance and core resistance USDT. Here we go. It's all about core resistance USDT. And not only here we have also everything about core resistance 0DT. This is, by the way, really interesting because if you're looking into the core resistance 0DT, 695, around 695, and then 6975, and around 7,000. So why is this so interesting today? Because this is matching. We have to break this. So in my mind, if you want having a long side move, you have to take a closer eyes to the core resistance. Where's the VIX at the moment? So let's connecting the dots. Really simple. We have our A plus setup. So I believe if we touching core resistance 0DT on ES, we will be also touching at the same time or near the same time also the put support and put support 0DT on VIX. I have the feeling we will doing this. It's not far away. So if we get the move to core resistance 0DT, take a closer look to VIX. So if you get the breakout, you need the momentum from the VIX. Will the momentum on put support and put support USDT change? And we will see some reversal. Then you know this is a strong resistance area. If we break the truth put support USDT with strong momentum and we go into one-day min, then you have also your target. This is the one-day max. The one-day max where also core resistance is looking like. Then you have your higher target. So everything what is important for me as SPX, ES, SPY, and if I'm looking into VIX is the reaction at core resistance USDT. And I'll be sure if we come to core resistance, the reaction on put support USDT. Why? Because I know this is an A plus setup. So really, really important for me to see how this will be reacting. And if we're looking into this, the last time, what was happened? Boom! We get a big, big reaction. And one thing what is in my mind, I don't know, guys, if you was following the news, but the talk in Switzerland about Iran and about US was paused this morning and will be start again in the afternoon today, Europe time. So maybe during the market hour, we get some news. So also be careful with this. That's all about ES. Of course, if we not breaking through this and we fall down, okay, we're coming back in the range, of course. And also why I'm liking the downside, if we touching core resistance, if I'm looking into SPX, I have only GAX 1, 4, 3, 2 below me. Different picture, and this is also really interesting. 690, we have high wall where we're having our decision area. So I would be believe that this would be GAX 4. So I would be highlighting GAX 4 because GAX 4 is near the high wall from SPY. So really careful with this. If we come to GAX 4, because then we're touching also the high wall on SPY. everything here also, we have open space after we touching the core resistance, CODTE, and then coming down to high wall with the 1-day min. But for this downside move, again, be careful before you have the high wall on SPY. Let's jump into our Nasdaq. So we have QQQ, we have NDX, and last but not least, we have NQ. Let's jump into this and take a closer look what we see here. So number one, we have also our core resistance. It's matched with what? With the ES, with the SPX, and with the SPY. Here we have no match. We have only our GAX levels. We have open space until 1-day max. Here we are at the moment on decision area, high vol 0 DTE. Why is high vol 0 DTE really interesting? Looking to the left side, you will find the answer. And you have also open space to the top, like same picture what we have yesterday, by the way. We was having the same setup, I believe. So with this in mind, as you know, you have open space. You have also here open space. But QQQ, be careful, reminds you on the core resistance 0 DTE, what you already see on SPY, on SPX, and also on ES. So I'm an NQ trader, and I'm liking the NQ. I like the open space, but I will be take a closer look into ES, into SPX, into SPY, and also into QQQ. What will be happened if we're touching the core resistance 0 DTE? Also, put support 0 DTE at the moment on SQQ. We're hitting this on our SQQ. So, but same picture, we have open space into the 1-day min. Why SQQ? It's inverse. So we have also here our 1-day min, open space. But to be really honest, same setup like yesterday. Be careful with ES, SPX, buy. If you're looking into the Magnificent 7, I'm 100% sure everything is about NVIDIA. We was talking already about this. Let's zoom out a little bit so that we understanding the bigger picture for NVIDIA. So why nothing has changed on NVIDIA at the moment? We are in the decision area, as we was talking about the GAX4. Why is this in decision area for me? GAX4, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Last time, dropped, 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 dropped. So what will be the reaction at the market open? Because this would be my major answer for my Nasdaq. What will be NVIDIA doing? Will NVIDIA going straight back to 1-day max, and we have to take care of our core resistance and core resistance CODT? Why? Because this is the psychology level with 200. If you was watching this yesterday, you was knowing the 200 is really, really important for you. So take a closer look at 200. After this, the way is open, I believe, to 1-day max. And then take a closer look also to the earnings candle at the top. Also, what is also really interesting, Tesla. Why is this also really interesting? Because as you can see, what we're doing, we're fighting with core resistance and core resistance UDT. Also really important. And by the way, NVIDIA, we're also fighting with the core resistance and core resistance CODT. It's the 200 level. So only as just as information, Microsoft. If you're looking into Microsoft, what has happened with Microsoft? Where we will be fighting with the core resistance and the core resistance CODT. Anything else? You need something else? Apple. Where are you fighting with core resistance UDTE? We are here. So as you can see, Magnificent 7, core resistance UDTE, really, really important at the moment. You can look in everything, Google. Core resistance UDT is a little bit far away, but could be today and really important stuff to target, especially if you're looking for the up move. If you're looking to Meta, core resistance UDT, by the way. So as you know, everything is about core resistance UDT. The only one who's not about core resistance UDT, and this could be also really interesting if we're looking into NVIDIA, Broadcom. What's going on with Broadcom? Broadcom is sitting at the high was UDT, really decision area now at Broadcom. Why? Take a closer look. Is Broadcom now missing the momentum, like here? What we have also here, here, and all this area here. Will be going down to one-day min. Broadcom could be a good information for me, for NVIDIA. What will be happen on Broadcom? If Broadcom gets also momentum to the upside, okay, I get it. Then let's go. But if Broadcom is dropping and NVIDIA is flying, I would be a little bit more careful with NVIDIA and waiting for good momentum, maybe for a short. But this is only my opinion. This is what I'm seeing at the moment. Everything is about core resistance and core resistance UDT. Only Broadcom, really interesting, high wall and high walls UDT. Any questions, guys? Let me know. Otherwise, I have nothing to say anymore. As political will say, I have nothing to add.
Let's see. Do you think intraday level should be considered for max 7 or end of day will be okay?
Who was first, the egg or the chicken? So it's really depend on your trading style, and I can talk about this, I think, every single day. What there we have two things. Let's talk about two stuff. What speaks for end of the day? End of the day speaks the levels not changed. They are static. You can play your trading roadmap. No worries about this. What doesn't speak for the end of the day levels? They are not updated. So everything can be changed overnight. There can be news or something like this. And at the end, if you see core resistance, it's nothing. It's no more core resistance. And you wondering why we're breaking core resistance UDT is so easy, because core resistance UDT is now GAG 6. Everything was changed. So that speaks also for intraday levels. So if you like more to have actionable insights, what's going on the market, then this is good. But you lose the static focus. So it's really depend on your trading style. I personally like to have everything static. As long everything is matched and it makes sense for me and they're giving me a clear guidance, let's go. But if something is changed, we have economic data and the market is running crazy and all this stuff, then of course intraday levels will be better. But there's one thing what I'm like on the intraday levels, no matter if I'm also using end of the day. And by the way, I'm using most of the time only end of the day. But there's one thing what I would be not missing if you're using end of the day. And this is the last one-day min and last one-day max calculation. And this has happened with your first snapshot at the market open. So there will be calculating the last time the one-day min and the one-day max. Why is this important for me? Because then I know what I can possibly target and if there's some changing. This is important for me. But otherwise, it's really like if you're liking more chicken or if you're liking more eggs. So I don't know. It's really depend on your trading style and how everything matched.
All right. We talked about GLD. If you missed it, just go over the recording. It was covered at the beginning of the presentation. So above HVL on Nasdaq, are we bullish and are we aiming the one-day max? I think we talked about this.
Don't fall in the trap. Don't fall in the trap if if it be above high wall or if it be below high wall, if it be now bearish or if it be bullish, never falling in this trap. Have always a plan A, have a plan B, and have a plan C when you're not going into the market.
Yeah.
And why is this important to understand high wall? Because how I'm understanding this, and I'm not an options trader, by the way, but I was learning this, and also we mentioned this, me and Maciej, I think very often in the pro room also. There's a big difference about price action if you be above high wall or if you be below high wall. And this is a good information for you because of your risk management. Why is this important? Because if you be below high wall, you can expect what? Bigger candles. If you be above high wall, you can expect not so much big candles. It's much more going slowly, higher and higher. That's one of the big difference for me as futures traders. This is for me a big inside information. If you be below high wall or if you be above high wall, how should be my risk management looking like? How can I looking into volatility? Maciej, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what we're telling the people.
such a plug, yeah, very good. Bigger candles means bigger volatility, bigger moves distance, and other stuff like this. So what it means for us as a pro traders, maybe as a quick tip, more value in position, bigger stop loss. Of course. Sometimes it's a support, sometimes it's resistance. And the game changer. What kind of condition and game changer? For example, if you are with us, as you have possibility to jump to our queen and ask. And in next few days, as also Fabio mentioned, queen to 0 will be have a new face and new options. So you can check. How many days left, Fabio?
About 8 days, 9
So
days.
not such a far.
No, very close. So Monday, March 9th, guys. Let me share this again. So we are releasing something that I think will change the way retail traders are going to look at the market. So we're very excited. We are embracing our AI capabilities, and this is going to be a really game changer. This is something that also institutions will not have access, and mark my word for that. So join us on March 9th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And I pasted the link here in the chat. So if you want, you can sign up for free on MenthorQ.com or access the link and register there. Just scroll down, register your name and email, and then you receive the webinar link to take part of it. So very, very excited. It's going to be a lot of things for option traders, volatility traders, futures traders, stock traders, and so on. So stay tuned. Very excited.
And also the question, what I'm reading about high wall, zero DTE, ask Quinn. They're helping you. Therefore, man, they're giving you really good inside information.
Patrick, I have also a question for you.
Let's go.
Let's go. Are you ready?
Let's go.
You're born ready, I know it. So, my man, what will be changed in Pro Room for March?
What will be changed in Pro Room for March? Oh, yeah, that's a really good question. Should I say I don't know? No, I know it. Okay, so basically, we have a lot of European people in the Pro Room, and we was getting the question, hey guys, can we not trade London together? Because gold moves London, indices moves London, and sometimes the moves during London is much easier to predict, and if it moves, then it moves. So yes, we will have also now in March 2 live trading sessions on Tuesday and also on Thursday, where we're going live trading with you during London. And what we're doing here, by the way, guys, the every morning prep, this will be not happened anymore. Like this, what we're doing now, the Tuesday prep, the Wednesday prep, and also the Thursday prep, whereas basically the most important one for the traders. They will be going exclusively only for pro members only. of course, with open mic so that you can ask any questions so that we can develop our trading plan together. We will showing up next week only Monday morning, Friday for the recap, and Wednesday for price action. But this is afternoon. So, by the way, if you like what we're doing, this will be going now exclusively into the program next week.
Yeah, thank you, Patrick. And if you guys are interested in joining us, I just shared the link in the chat. So if you want to join the guys next week, we'll be live. We are live every morning. We'll be live from 8:30 till about 11:30, 12 o'clock. And basically, like, again, you guys are going to have access to traders with 20 plus years experience that are going to be available for you. And I think on top of that, Patrick, we also want to mention that you get also a one-on-one session for per person per month. And also, if you guys need immediate support, we have our SOS calls available for Pro, so you can make use of that. And Patrick,
Fabio,
yeah,
I also have extra question for you. I hope you also will be ready with this.
yeah, absolutely.
Also, not only we will change a calendar of our meetings, we also change something for our exclusive pro members. Could you tell a little bit about difference from premium and pro members and Queen?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, with the launch of Queen 2.0, you will find a lot of value in the product and our pro members. So there's going to be obviously a limit on how many messages you're going to be able to use, because of course there's a cost on our side for every query. So our pro members will get 10 times more messages on Queen. So if you are really interested in doing thorough research and you need full access, then Pro will be for you. And on top of that, you get full access to all the live session, right? So you get full access to the live trading sessions. You get 10 times the messages on Queen. So you'll always have like your AI there for you. And again, if you run a lot of research, a lot of questions, a lot of prompts, then that might be the solution for you guys.
Awesome. I hope that sounds good. So, ladies and gents, from our side, we will say thank you. It was honor to have you in our room. See you soon. Stay tuned. See you tomorrow. Have a good day. Wish you all the best.
Thank you,
Bye
guys.
bye.
Bye.